Hello, and welcome to another episode of Diet Culture Can Fork Off. I'm Becky, and I help women over 30 who are stuck in those diet cycles create food freedom and feel confident in their bodies without obsessing over the scales, shrinking themselves, or missing out on living their lives. And that's all through my one-to-one Empower coaching or my Misfit group coaching. And today we are talking about why health, food, and fitness can feel so much harder with women with ADHD or ADHD and what actually helps. This episode is in the run up to my free workshop that is being held on Tuesday the 10th of February because I've had so many messages on this topic recently and I cannot wait to help even more of you. If you're listening after this, after the 10th of Feb, I'm sorry if you've missed it, but just message me anyway if you're interested in any of this stuff because I have got things to help. And this is what I really wanted to talk about. Like I said, I've been getting lots of messages, a lot of the posts I put up gets a lot of comments, and over the years of my coaching I have noticed patterns, a lot of patterns. I didn't start coaching just neurodivergent women. However, the way I coach attracted a lot of neurodivergent women, and because the kind of space that I created, the kind of tools that I was offering, and the way that I coach is very much not generic. I work with every individual in my one-to-one coaching on actually what works for them. And I started to notice a big pattern that I was attracting a lot of women who were late diagnosed, and I think due to my own story as well of being a bit of a misfit, not fitting in, struggling in my own ways as well, probably down more to what I went through as being a very shy, bullied teenager, and my food issues and struggling to fit in and all that kind of stuff really resonated with a lot of the people that I help with. So I have noticed like certain patterns, like women that aren't lazy, that they really care deeply about their health and fitness. Women that have really tried like plans, PTs, coaches, diets, routines, yet they still felt like they were failing. And they struggled with the consistency, they'd freeze or shut down when things felt overwhelming, swing between that all or nothing approach. I mean, I've been there as well with my obsessive behaviour around food and exercise, and going all in, all out, restricting in the week and then binging on the weekend. There's a lot here that I recognise these patterns. Food feeling mentally exhausting, like decision fatigue. And no matter how hard they tried, nothing ever seemed to stick. And this is the conversations I was having a lot. And I still do have a lot. And it's stuff that I struggled with myself. And that's when I realised that generic health advice isn't built for everyone. And especially not for women who are overwhelmed, stressed, juggling work, like family life, responsibilities. And for many as well, those with a neurospicy brain. So I'm not here to label anyone, but I am here to say when advice doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It means that the approach doesn't fit. That's why I would say to everyone, it's not the plan, it's not the things you're doing, it's not you, I should say that the wrong way around. It's not you, it's the plans, it's the routines that you're trying to fit into. I always think it's like square peg, round hole situation. That certain certain advice, certain health advice is just made for a certain type of person. Not all of us are like that. Not this generic advice isn't going to work. Like, I know that it doesn't work for me, and it never has. Led to obsessive behaviours, it led to all or nothing, it led to feeling burnt out, it led to feeling that I wasn't good enough. So this is why I built Empower. I was really intentional about creating a space where you don't have to, fit a certain box to belong. I really wanted to create a safe, non-judgmental space, where you don't have to have it all together. You don't have to force yourself into rigid routines and feel really impossible to maintain. I work with women as a whole, looking at their lifestyles, their stress levels, their energy, the way their brain works, and the pressure they've been under for years. What has impacted you to have those thought patterns in your mind, what has created those habits, what those behaviors. We need to get to the root. I love exploring this, like, because this is where we have such big breakthroughs with people. When I get to talk to them and we like to explore it together, and discuss, like, actually, why do you think that's happened? Why do you think that's been happening for so long? And then being able to provide the tools to fix it, I guess. And because of that, like, I have started naturally working with more women who are neurodivergent, diagnosed or undiagnosed, or who simply always felt like traditional health advice just wasn't for them, because of the way I tailored my service and my coaching. Like I said, because I always felt an outsider. I always felt like things wouldn't fit me, and I felt something was wrong with me when I didn't understand things in a certain way. I will never never make anyone feel like that. If I'm not explaining something right, it means that I need to change the way that I'm explaining. Or, like, if someone's not understanding, it means, explaining it in a different way, providing a tool that actually helps them, doing things that actually help you, rather than say, well, no, you have to do it this way, because haven't you been told that enough? And it doesn't work. So inside my coaching, I've built, like, tools with real life in mind, like flexible routines, big on flexible routines. Nervous system support. I talk a lot about, like, how to feel emotions in your body, how to ground yourself, like all this kind of, like, I guess a bit woo-woo stuff, but it really helps work. And again, like, I don't talk about, like, you don't have to name emotions if you don't know them. It's like just how to explore these feelings in your body, how to ground yourself, how to bring yourself back down from feeling anxious and stressed. Energy management is big. We talk about honoring your energy and how that actually can, need to understand. Like, I know spoon theory comes up a lot, something that I actually have in my coaching as well. We talk about spoon theory, if you've come across that before, but it's like how you can manage your energy, recognizing how much energy you have, and actually what tasks or what things during the day take that energy away, and actually how to replenish it as well. That's why I never push people through a workout if I know that they're burnt out or going to burn out, which brings me on to, like, rest. A lot of us feel guilty for resting, but I'm a big encouragement of, and it's something I had to learn to do myself as well, to rest and recognize, like, red flags for your own burnout as well, and listening to your body and understanding that rest is part of the progress as well. So we do all of that under energy management. Time and priority awareness as well. Do a lot around time management, how to time block, how to create priority lists, how to, like, delegate your work, and even, like, sort out all the lists that are going on in your head. Like I said, this is like lifestyle coaching at the same time. Boundaries, people pleasing comes up so much as well. So I do a lot of work with my one-to-one clients on how to set boundaries and how to reduce down people pleasing, like how to communicate those kind of boundaries as well, and how to stick to them, because sometimes the communication can be so hard. But yeah, this is a lot, like, obviously I cover all of this in my coaching. I think this is why I wanted to do this little podcast around why I want to do the workshop. People don't realise actually how in depth I go with my coaching around these things. Like, this is why my clients get such good results, and I will blow my own trumpet about it. You've seen the testimonials, you've seen the video testimonials, and they're all, every time, I think people go like, oh, I got way more out of this coaching than I ever expected, because they didn't realise that all this was included. And how much, like, to me, it's not just about, like, getting to the gym or, like, looking after your food. It's the reasons behind it. So if you're struggling with time, if you're people pleasing, if you're not setting boundaries, that's all affecting you being able to look after yourself. So it's affecting your, like, your health, your fitness, and mental health is part of your overall health as well. So a lot of that, and the biggest thing, my anchor point method, where this helps create consistency without burnout as well. Anchor points is something I talk a lot about all the time in my coaching. I remind people of their anchor points, especially going through busy periods of time. So these tools support all women, all of them, but I've seen them to be especially powerful with my ADHD clients and my ADHD clients. And that's exactly what I'll be teaching in this workshop. So I'll be talking about why generic advice keeps missing the mark, the most common struggles women with ADHD and ADHD face around food and habits, how to build consistency without forcing yourself, and how to support your health in a way that feels kind, flexible, and realistic. Everything I'm sharing comes directly from how I coach inside Empower. So if you've ever felt like, you can't stay consistent, you shut down when things feel like too much, you swing between all or nothing, food feels mentally overwhelming, or you're exhausted from trying to keep up, this workshop is for you. And I want to be really clear, you don't have a lack of willpower or a lack of discipline, and it's not about pushing harder, and it's definitely not just just push through, because if that worked, it would have worked by now. Yeah, let's be real about that. I hate that advice. It's because there's no context behind it. It's and it doesn't understand the person and what they might be going through. How can you tell someone to just push through harder if they're bordering on the line of a burnout? It's just not helpful. That's why you need to understand what's going on for someone. So if this episode has made you feel seen, validated, or you're like, this sounds really interesting, I'm actually really curious about how I coach, come along. I'd love for you to join me. There'll be an opportunity for you to ask me some questions as well in the chat, and I will answer them at the end of the workshop. So all you need to do is just register using the link below this podcast, and I'll see you there. There will be a recording as well. I will be recording it. So if you can't make the live, I will be sending the recording to everyone that registers. So I cannot wait to see you there. I'm really excited about delivering this. So I'll see you, hopefully see you on Tuesday. Bye.